Oh boy, look that stat buff. Not only higher crit chance, especially on the graves, higher multiplier, but look at the status buff per projectile. This is insane. There is only one caveat in terms of new stats, which is the status on our graves remaining the same. But it's still crazy as status, but bumping it by like 10% wouldn't be that bad. At least outside of the Exilus slot, it fits the base build without any forma. We just put a Rockin on it and we can get full build. But that is of course if your mastery rank 30 at least, so you have like full capacity on every weapon before you level them up. But that is how our base build looks like. We have shotgun elementalis for the crazier status that the Cedo provides us, and some viral to amplify it, of course hit, since it's the best status in the game at the moment, some flat damage, because why not, and some multi-shot because I just love it, and yes, I do love Vigilante armaments in 2025. Sadly, I dumped out my all platinum for the overpriced Cedo just to make the video for you, because that is what is most important. But I will quickly go over Lavos, even though I don't have him yet. I'm down to 47 platinum only. But the build is pretty simple for him. We go with Roar for the Cedo setup, and we're gonna replace Toxin, since this is the only element we won't need. And of course, the thing that makes Lavos one of the most amazing for me. And this is the sole reason why I think Lavos is amazing. Valence Formation Augment. That always applies to 100%, so your ability strength doesn't matter. I still have some, mainly because of the Roar. At the moment I have Steel Charge on my aura, but it's only for the capacity, because I did some, I did a lot of Forma and Reforma, so this is not the build I'm really happy with. But that Intensify could be just Umbra or anything else, and we could even build him some more tanky in terms of like shield. But overall, Lavos has way too much issues with staying alive, so I think if we just kill fast, that's gonna be the best way to stay alive. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna be cheap ass. Be right back. Big shout out for Corona Domoni for enabling me to buy everything I need. Now that's fucking better. Let me just quickly level that shit up and we back to the subject. So my build, in case I'm using any Cedo type of stuff on my Lavos, will be looking like this. The Corrosive Projection, way better aura forma, not gonna lie. Narrow-minded, Blind Rage, Augur Secrets. It's all mix of ability strength and duration, and I put Roar on the 4th slot this time, because I'm gonna probably use some viral, and we're going for Precision Intensify then, so the ability strength is not that much of a waste. And in short, that's just a weapon platform loadout, nothing else, nothing more, that's all. And I fucking love these colors, what can I say? I just fucking love them. For Cedo Prime build, I have this one standard build with viral and hit, and I have new crit loadout with double hit mods for the Blaze and for the Scattering Inferno, with one forma added to the Shotgun Elementalist, but that's only because I have a Riven myself, but that's not gonna be included in the video. And once I unlock this, I need to swap the forma on it and put the recoil. The recoil and the accuracy on this one is so much greater that I just want the recoil to be nearly fully removed and just enjoy the full accuracy, considering we have built-in Galvanized Savvy on the unique trait, plus we have another Galvanized Savvy, so we don't really need that much of flat damage, and we can still provide it with Arcane Rage. And remember, we also have Arcane Avenger, so our critical strike chance from our glaives going to really closing up on that 100%, which is just amazing. I really don't like the fact they didn't buff anything to armor, because this is what he really does need a lot, but they just neglected it. If they added 100 armor base, maybe it would have any sense to put some armor on him. So for the video I will also be using this Shokuker loadout with Blast and Toxin standalone on it, plus I'm gonna provide it with Viral from the Lavos buff. Since I swapped the slot for my Helmet on Lavos, I'm gonna be providing basically budget version of Nourish, aka just Viral from the Valence Formation, the Roar, and I'm gonna be using critical loadout for my Cedo with the Blast on it, so you can just copy it if you need. The only thing is that I will be testing primary cracks meanwhile making the video for Cedo, because I think it's an amazing addition to it. But the most recommended loadout by me is this, with the mecha set, for the AoE burst that we're gonna get and the insane amount of armor provided by the mecha pools. Time to see how we doing in the field. It's actually funny how I realized how unused I am to press 1 and 2 for the viral, because I kept using it for blast. So we already have 60% armor buff for literally killing nothing close to that mob. Let's get our viral. I forgot I used narrow-minded for the shorter dash. And we're just shooting the Cedo. Just wait for the dog to mark one of them and see them all flop. Oh, like this. 1.5k armor percentage, by the way. We should be quite tanky now. Let's have a look. Yeah, our HP is actually not flopping in an instant. They're all frozen. The main fire on Cedo is gonna be so strong with all these debuffs. I can't wait to put the recall mod on it. I'm constantly holding like over 1000% armor buff from the mecha set, which is just amazing because how high, even though they didn't buff it, but it's still omega high armor percentage. And our crux seems to be like popped up all the time. Especially if we shoot a little bit with the normal fire. And it does actually feel like we don't die instantly after the shield flops because of the armor that we constantly get. Maybe I just sometimes kill them way too fast though for the armor to be real value. Oh, red crits on Cedo, this is just beautiful. I think I can even get them on the alternate fire. Again 1000% plus on my armor. This is just amazing. With 170k with this multi-shot is just also quite nice. Here we go. I think... Oh, the dog died. That explains a lot. We need the dog alive. I don't know even if I checked if I have like proper loadout for it. Like whenever I do melee, it's a bit harder to keep the... Oh yeah, it's the melee loadout because there's primed pack leader on him. Well, that looks like a Vazarin would be handy. The moment I don't have. But let's try our Ocucore, by the way. Oh, the moment the tentacles are here, it's... Oh wait, I need to buff it. I wonder it was taking its time to kill. This is one of the most broken weapons in this game. Like the fact you don't really have to aim. And you can get some crazy armor meanwhile. Just 660 only. But that was a bit too fast killing again. There's no enemies around. The armor of course gonna be lower. Since it's based on enemies around when you proc it. The only time you can die is actually by killing too fast. Because your buff will not refresh properly. Where is the marked guy? Oh, we can see now how our Cedo Prime will deal with acolytes. It always had some issues normally. No, my armor's broken. Oh, he's there. Oh, that looks way better than before. I mean, the crit changes a lot. I wish we could move the buffs somewhere else, closer to the mid of the screen, so I could take a look always on them. It's really important, like on frames like this, to have the buff properly up. It just adds so much armor. It's like it's an actual survival in base steel pot. Why is my doggo dead? Like, it's not dead, but it doesn't proc the fucking debuff. And look, the moment I don't have the armor, I'm already vulnerable. Okay, 840 should be fine to stay alive easily. But I should have like the mod on the pad that heals me. I'm not sure if I do have it, but it looks like I have it. Damage me a bit. Okay. So as long as we keep the pet alive, we're gonna be fine, because the pet heals us and gives us the armor. It's really important to keep the pet alive. AKA one of the Kubrow breeds, because that's only when you can really get benefit from your mecha set. 2 mods on the frame alone won't give you shit if you don't have Kubrow. But look, the moment we don't kill them too fast, it's 1.5k. We could be using sights, helmet to be fair, and then we would be shielding, especially with some auto headshotting stuff. Beautiful. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now it's only time to show you Cedo with something like Saryn, real quick, and we're gonna call the video. I think 700 kills in 5 minutes is quite decent though, not gonna lie. So this is the loadout I'm gonna use with Saryn, just redid my base one into crit one, and I'm gonna use Shotgun Vendetta instead. If you're enjoying my content, remember to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified with my latest uploads. And without further ado, let's continue with the video. So basically, as you know, Saryn is just a powerhouse of our weapon platform, so that's gonna be quite the showcase for our alternate fire. Because this alternate fire now, even I removed the Kubrow, because it would be way too hard killing, but you can clearly see how Saryn does with something, since those glaives bounce on their own, and all it takes is just one touch from Saryn, and they should be pretty fucked. Especially if you use the main fire rate, the amount of toxin you're gonna proc on them. Yeah, there's no way I can show you this ever. To heal up her a bit. Beautiful. This is just such an overkill whenever you use something like this on Saryn. When you press your alternate fire, you can recall the glaives way faster. Remember that? Comes in handy. Sometimes they just bounce on way too long. Yeah, that's just typical Saryn. Something gets touched, it dies, you get touched, you die. But it's insane difference in terms of power. But to be fair, it's best played in Saryn style, aka hack the wall, destroy all. 314k. I think I need to pick a bit more for the glaives. It's quite fun. It's an amazing primer also, if you just want to build it in full status. The priming capabilities of these weapons are off the roof. Funny thing is that for some reason I'm getting crazy amount of Argon crystals. And finally Acolyte comes, what I was waiting for. So I can see how it deals on Saryn with the Acolyte, but that should be a quick sweep. Why does he spawn so far? Oh, he got it. Okay. I think this was way better. He just didn't immune or anything. He was just close and just got like blasted 2 shots and dead. But that would be all. All I can say about Lavos is the fact that he has access to all of the elemental combinations, especially if you don't use any helmet. This is the reason why I love him so much. This is just so good. Although I wish it would scale a little bit with ability strength, at least like 1% for 1%, but still fine. All in all, I just love him. I love him the most with the mecha set because the base armor gives him some kind of survival. And overall, an amazing frame just solely because of the phalanx formation. And Cedo was always one of my favorites, so just seeing overall stat increase for it is just all I could ask for. 6% per projectile, still low in the end of it, but it's way more than the base Cedo. That was like 0.3 per projectile, big difference. Although, well, the multi-shot is on 18.9 before we suck it up, so above 20, still way better. It can finally prime consistently on its own with the primary fire, although just sending the glaives doesn't hurt you at all, so just then shoot with the primary fire. And that's all from me for now, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe, and as always, see you on the next one.